Morning. I'm hoping my video camera phone lasts. I'm reading from Ruth and Esther sketchbook, and we are on Ruth 2, page 19. So Ruth 2:2. So Ruth the Moabitess said to Naomi, "Please let me go to the field and glean heads of grain after him in whose sight I may find favor." Okay, we did this. And then she said to her, "Go, my daughter." Then she left and went and gleaned in the field after the reapers, and she happened to come to the part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the family of Elimelech, Naomi's husband who died. So Ruth is gleaning, and she's come to Boaz side of the part of the field. Gleaning is taking the parts out after the reapers, any extra food, like usually for the poor people, I would imagine. There used to be a group called the Gleaners, and they would take the extra food left over. That was in Oregon. So I'm a little confused. So Boaz comes and asks about Naomi. And I don't know where that page is. I got to fix that. So Boaz asks, "Who is that?" So the servant who was in charge of the reapers answered and said, "It is the young Moabite woman who has come." I'm going to earmark that for me to remember. I'm so sorry. I marked that to remember. I got to change this. So the servant who was in charge of the reapers answered and said, "It is a young Moabite woman who came back with Naomi from the country of Moab." So I looked at a map. Bethlehem in Israel, Judah, water, Moab. So Naomi and Ruth come back from Moab to Bethlehem, says the servant in charge. So Boaz says, "Who is that?" And it's Ruth, who came back with Naomi. And Ruth had said, "Please let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves." Sheave is a group of grain, I guess. So she came and has continued from morning till now. She has gleaned from the morning until now, though she rested a little in the house. And there she is. Ruth is resting a little in the house because I'm sure it's hard work. Then Boaz said to Ruth, "You will listen, my daughter, will you not?" Will Ruth listen to Boaz? "Do not glean in another field. Ruth, don't go to another field, nor go from here. Ruth, don't leave, but stay close to my young women. Stay close to Boaz's servants. Ruth, stay close. Let your eyes be on the field which they reap, and go after them." So there's the reapers. So watch the other women. The other women will take care of you. My workers, Boaz's workers, will take care of Ruth. Watch the harvesters and stay with them. Have I not commanded the young men not to touch you? Do not touch Ruth. Leave her alone. And when you are thirsty, go to the vessels and drink from what the young men have drawn. Boaz tells Ruth, when you are thirsty, you can drink from the same water as the young man. So he's giving her a lot of favor. You can drink the same drink as the man. You can glean with the women. So she fell on her face, bowed down to the ground, and said to him, "Why have I found favor in your eyes?" I like to draw favor. She has found favor in Boaz's eyes. She falls to the ground. "How have I found favor that you should take notice of me, since I am a foreigner?" I'm different from Ruth. I'm different. Ruth is different. She's a foreigner. She stands out. But Boaz sees her. "You should take notice of me, since I am a foreigner. How can I deserve that?" And Boaz answered and said to her, "It has been fully reported to me, everything that Ruth has done for Naomi has been reported to Boaz. A full report has been given." And I wrote a piece of paper, but a report. But this is probably Somebody told him, a full report has been fully reported to me, all that you have done for your mother-in-law. Ruth has done so much for Naomi since the death of your husband. Mahlon, rest in peace, Ruth's husband died. Here's his grave. So Ruth has done so much for Naomi since Ruth's husband died. And this has been reported to Boaz. And he's like, wow, this is a great woman, important woman. And it's been reported how you left your father and your mother and the place of your birth. So Boaz says, Ruth has left the place where she was born, as well as her mother and father. That is hard to do. I have gone from California to the southeast, and it's not fun. I mean, it's hard, but God teaches us. So Ruth left her parents and her birthplace. And you have come to a people whom you did not know before. So these guys are all strangers. Ruth has gone to a people she has never met. The Lord repay your work, and a full reward be given you by the God of Israel. Reward for Ruth is from God, under whose wings you have come for refuge. Ruth is protected under God's wings. So Boaz says, the Lord repay you, and a full reward be given to you by the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come for refuge. Then she said, let me find favor in your sight, my Lord, for you have comforted me. Boaz helps Ruth feel better. Boaz gives her comfort. And have spoken kindly to your maidservant. Boaz, you have given kind words for Ruth. Thank you. Though I'm not like one of your maidservants. Ruth isn't like the other maidservants. Dog hair or something. Sorry about that. Now Boaz said to her at mealtime, come here and eat of the bread. So Boaz has bread. Come here and dip your piece of bread in the vinegar. I guess that's from an Israeli Bethlehem thing, to put bread in vinegar. So she sat beside the reapers, and he passed parched grain to her. Pass this to Ruth. This is just so romantic to me. Boaz passes the bread to Ruth, and she ate and was satisfied. Oh, this is delicious. And she kept some back. She saved some. And when she rose up to glean, Ruth gets back to work. Stands up. Boaz commanded his young man, saying, let her glean among the sheaves. Okay, let Ruth glean among the sheaves, and do not reproach her. Don't stop her, gleaners. Don't stop the Ruth. I think it's reapers, don't stop Ruth. Don't do that. Stop. Let her glean. Also let grain from the bundles fall purposefully for her. So on purpose, do this. Drop some food for her. Not an accident, but leave it for her to pick up. Let grain from the bundles fall purposefully for her. Leave it that she may glean. And do not rebuke her. Rebuke is like, stop that. Don't glean from here, Ruth. Stop. So do not rebuke her. Do not stop her. So she gleaned until in the field until evening. She's a hard worker. And beat out what she had gleaned. At the threshing floor, Ruth separates the barley grain. So she's gained the grain from hitting it and getting the grain from the leaves and the wheat or barley. And it was about, I wish I was a farmer, and it was about an ephah of barley. Ruth gathered about a basketful of barley grain. Yay, Ruth. Then she took it up and went into the city. Ruth shows Naomi the barley grain. And her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned. So she brought out and gave to her what she had been kept back after she had been satisfied. So Ruth gave Naomi some of her lunch that she saved. Remember, Boaz gave her some grain or some food. Ruth gave Naomi some of her lunch that she saved, bread or parched grain. And her mother-in-law said to her, where did you glean today, and where did you work? Blessed be the one who took notice of you. Where have you been? Bless him, whoever helped you. So she told her mother-in-law with whom she had worked and said, "The man's name with whom I work today is Boaz." "Who did you work with?" "Boaz." Naomi's probably like, aha. Then Naomi said to her daughter-in-law, "Bless him. Blessed be he of the Lord, who has not forsaken his kindness to the living and the dead." Boaz has shown kindness to the living, Ruth and Naomi, and the dead, and in memory of the dead, Elimelech, Mahlon, Chilion, his relatives who died. And Naomi said to her, "This man is a close relative of ours." I think an in-law. I'm not sure. Not a blood relative. Boaz and Naomi are related. Ruth the Moabitess said, "He also said to me, 'You shall stay close by my young men until they have finished all my harvest.'" So Ruth says that Boaz said to stay close to Boaz's workers while you harvest. And Naomi said, And Naomi said to Ruth, her daughter-in-law, "It is good, my daughter, that you go out with his young women. It's good that Ruth works with Boaz's servants, and that people do not meet you in any other field. Stay with Boaz's workers so you won't be harmed in another field." So don't go to another field because you could get hurt. You will be protected if you stay with Boaz's group. So she stayed close by the young women of Boaz to glean until the end of the barley harvest. End of the harvest. Ruth gleaned till the barley was gathered. Here's barley grains. And the wheat harvest. Barley and wheat. And I wish I was a farmer so I'd know more about this. Here's kernels of wheat. And she dwelt with her mother-in-law. Naomi and Ruth lived together. So we will do Ruth 3 and 4 next.